Yes. So the continuation of the day 2 orientation, how to write the reports with SAS and the basic SAS procedures for generating quick results. So that is what we were doing yesterday, and we completed with few of, when it comes to our agenda, we started with writing the reports with the SAS. We had done with the theoretical part, understanding how the SAS report writing tools is there, and then we are going to do the anatomy of the PROC in today's session, and a few PROC procedures for generating the results. So all these we are going to take a look in this particular session. So we have already done, let me just give you a small recap, in case if you might have not taken yesterday's session. So there is nothing but writing the report programs in the 5-step program. That is, first you will have to state the information that the report should convey. So the first step when you are going to write a report is that you will have to state the information that the report should convey, and then you will have to sketch how the report should look. So you should do a structure, you should prepare a structure, or you should sketch how the report should look by considering the issues in the planning of your report. And then you're going to understand your data, which is very, very important. Like, understand your data, like you will have to understand what is the issues when you investigate the content, and the structure of your analysis data set, that you should understand. And what data sets do you need to produce the reports with, that you should understand. Like how are the analysis data sets structured. We will be using like PROC contents are there, PROC print is there, PROC frequency, PROC format, PROC transpose is there to transpose your data, and you have PROC append and PROC SQL, or you have merging with the help of the data sets you can do. So all these things you can do with the help of the by understanding the data. And then you are going to do the 4th step, that is selecting the report writing procedure. Once you understand your data, you're going to select which procedure step you're going to use, and you're going to go for the construct the reporting part. And then the last step is adding a format features to the report. At the end of the part of your reporting only, you're going to do the formatting features to your reports. So these were the 5 different steps which we had seen yesterday, and it was just a small recap. And then we have this anatomy of the PROC. So we are going to start from the anatomy of PROC. So anatomy of PROC, here it's nothing but, like, if you can see here, we have the PROC name, data, title, footnote, by, label, format, run or quit. So we will see each and everything one by one. What are these? Like, when each procedure, whenever you are going for the procedures, like each procedure has a unique characteristic and elements in it. Like what happens, but many common ones is also there. So each PROC consists of a keyword. So you should understand each of the procedure consists of a keyword. One or more statements are present, and options are there, of which like some are like some are required for you, and the others are basically optional for you. So you can use it, or you can keep it optional. Whenever you want or whenever you require that, you can use it. So although the statements and the options vary from procedures to procedure, the basic anatomy of the PROC looks something like what we are seeing in this particular screen, which is nothing but the PROC name, data, title, footnote, by, label, format, and those things. What is a PROC statement? So if you see, anything starting from a keyword and ending with a semicolon is one particular statement in the SAS. So when it comes to SAS, you should try to understand SAS program consists of steps and statements. Okay, they always say it's small definition for the SAS program. Like it consists of steps and statements. So a step is nothing but it is starting from a keyword and ending with run or quit. Okay, starting from a keyword like PROC and ending with run or quit, that will become a step. So if you see, my step has how many different statements? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 statements are there. Okay, so I have a PROC statement, I have a title statement, I have a footnote statement, I have a by statement, label statement, format statement, run or quit statement is there here. So if you see here, a keyword, starting from a keyword ending with a run is one particular step, and in this step starting from a keyword and ending with a semicolon goes for one statement. Okay, so that is what they are trying to say. SAS program consists of steps and statements. So like this, n number of different steps will be there, which is holding a different statements in it. Okay, so this is about a step and a statement. So if you see, I have a PROC statement. So I will be referring this particular first statement starting with a keyword ending with a semicolon as a PROC statement. Starting with a keyword, that is title, ending with a semicolon. So the keyword here is title. So I call it as a title statement. Here the footnote, it is starting, ending with a keyword. So it is a footnote statement or by statement, label statement. This is how I name it for the statements according to the keywords which is starting here. And then what is a PROC statement? Now we are going to see what is PROC statement. So if you see what is PROC statement, PROC means you already might have known. PROC is nothing but it is a procedure step. Okay, PROC is nothing but it is a procedure step. So every PROC begins with a keyword, and that PROC is a required element. Okay, that PROC is very much required. I will have to start with the PROC only, and then this particular keyword, it will signal the SAS supervisor. Okay, it will signal the SAS supervisor that a canned procedure is being launched, telling that okay, a kind of one procedure is going to get launched there, and not a data step. So it is not a data step or not a macro program. It is going to differentiate from one step to another step. So that is a main keyword which is going to differentiate between a data step and a procedure step. I also have a data step starting from a data keyword ending with a run statement. I can also write sorry, by statement or label or format in my data step also. So what is happening, I should have a differentiation between a data step and a procedure step, wherein the keyword PROC or the data is going to act as a differentiation. So this PROC is a kind of a keyword which is signaling the SAS supervisor, okay, that it is telling that a procedure is going to get launched there. And the name of this PROC follows the keyword PROC. For example, the reference like we have seen in this particular example, in this particular slide, if we are seeing, it is in the simplest and the purest form, that this is all that is required for a few procedures to run. Okay, this is enough for a basic procedures to run. So as you might expect though, like the results may also tend to be basic and output will appear without any customization or like that. So once the name of the PROC is specified, you may then specify one or more options which is available with the procedures, and in order in any order you can specify it. So in our basic skeleton example which is being given here, the data equal to option appears. Okay, so this data equal to, so PROC, what is the type of the procedure you want to do is nothing but the PROC name, and the data equal to. So what is this data equal to option? So this data equal to option here is specified, so it will inform the SAS system what data set is used as an input to the procedure which we are doing. So if we omit this particular data equal to option, if it is omitted, if you are not writing it, what will happen, it will automatically defaultly it will go to take the most recently created data set, which recently created table which we have done in the SAS, right? Defaultly it will go take that table, and which may not be the most data set most recently used. Okay, and because of that reason, it will be always better for us if we specify which data set you want to do the procedure or the reporting for. So that is a PROC statement. And then coming to the title and the footnote statements. So what are these title and the footnote statements? As the name goes, title means for example, I am creating a table, and for that table I want to give a name, right? So these title and footnote statements, they are like considered to be a global statements. Okay, in SAS, these title and footnote statements, they are considered to be global statements and can generally be used universally throughout the SAS system. So global statement is nothing but I can generally use universally throughout the SAS systems, like example PROC, I can use it in a PROC step or data step. Anyway, so a maximum of 10 title and footnote I can give. Okay, with the help of this title and footnote, I can give a maximum of 10 to like I can go for maximum of 10 to 10 footnote and 10 title I can provide it over there. And okay, I'm just got a message, ma'am, may I know the basic, can you please start the main procedure? Okay, let me just go with the practical part, then I will tell you the main procedure, Ashok. Okay, so here, let me just continue with this one, PROC title. You just try to understand this, what I'm trying to say here. So the PROC title statements is where when it is specified, which appears at the top of each output page. Okay, and the footnote statement is present. It is produces the output at the bottom of each page. Title will be always present at the top and footnote will always be at the bottom of each page. That is the PROC and the title and the footnote. So what is happening here is, like, after title and footnote is given, we also have a by statement. So what is this by statement telling us? So this by statement is helping us. It is an optional statement wherein the PROC expects when we are using a sorting. So when I want to arrange my values, if it is not arranged properly, I want to arrange my values. So during that situation, I go for sorting my data or ordering my data or arranging my data. So that during that kind of situations, I go with by statements over there. And then I have label statement. What will label statement do? Label statement is also a optional statement, and if it is present also, it is like more descriptive label to an assigned variable. So you have a variable or a column name. Okay, so column headings you have, and you want to give a proper label for that particular column name. So then you use this label statement and you can give a proper heading for that particular column name. And then next you have the format statement. So what will this format statement do? The format statement is again a kind of an optional. When you are required with, you are going to use that format statement. It will tell the SAS to display the information and output it is designed away. Okay, but for example, you want your values to be written using the month, first, day, second, and year, 2-digit month, 2-digit day, and 4-digit year. So you want it to be in that particular format, or you want your date to be represented as only month and the year. That can also be possible. Or you can also keep your date in a way like, first you will write the day, and then you want the month in the words, characters, NOV, November, or JAN, Jan, and then you want the 2023. So for example, you want it in that particular way. That is also possible. So you can also use these format statement according to your requirement. So you have date formats, you have other different formats which has been available in your SAS, which you can apply it, and or you can also create your own format and you can also do the things. The last one is the run or quit statement. So what is this run or quit statement? It tells the SAS to terminate the PROC step before executing the next step in a program. Okay, it will tell the SAS to it will tell where example run statement is there. It will tell SAS to terminate that particular PROC step before executing the next step, so that I want a differentiation between this step and then again the next step is going to start, right? So this is where I go with this run statement or a quit statement. So when it comes to run statement, it is used for the data step. When it comes to quit like procedure steps, data step or a procedure step. When it comes to PROC statements, okay, when it comes to PROC SQL statements, you go for quit statement. Okay, so there is a lot of difference between like runs, when you should know when you are going to use a run statement and when you are going to use the quit statement. And procedures for all that details. So yesterday we had seen few examples there, right? We have a detail graph, we have a utility graph, we have summary reports. So these kind of different reports we have seen yesterday. So now we are going to take a look into the how practically we are going to see how that happens. So here, if you take a look, this is a interface of SAS. Okay, this is one of the interface of SAS, which is called as a SAS Studio. Okay, which is called as SAS Studio. Using the SAS Studio only, you are going to learn the SAS you're going to learn this particular SAS programming code and everything. So if you see, you have the left side window, which is left side, you call this as a explorer window, where you have different file servers, files and folders, where you can upload your files, access your files, where you can store your files, save your files, manage your files here. And then you have the different libraries, like these are the permanent, some of the libraries here are like permanent libraries, which is already there here by having the data sets with it. Some of the libraries are the temporary libraries, like it will they are like, most of the libraries here are read only library, where you can just read and you cannot do any kind of changes to it. And the other libraries here, you can create your own libraries and work on that particular library as well. So that is these are the libraries which is there. And in this, we have the SAS help library. We are going to take the help of the SAS help library, which is present in the library folder. And in the library folder, we have the SAS help library, and within the SAS help library, we have n number of files which is present, which is given by our SAS itself for the work for doing the practice for all the users who are using the SAS Studio. So we can take a few examples, data sets from these SAS help library, and we can use it for practicing your career skills, your improving your coding skills with the help of the data which is already there in the SAS help library. Okay, so in this only we are going to take few example, like we have cars data, we have class data. So if you see, I have class data, I have cars data information. So I will be taking few of the cars and the class data information, and we will just take a look into how we are going to do the programming. And this is, we call this left side window as the explorer window. And then we are going to write a code here. So as I told you, we have two things in a SAS, that every time it consists of a data step. So let's say my data step is there, and then I also have a procedure step. Okay, data step is there, and then I have a procedure step. So always in SAS, I have mostly I will be having data step, and the most oftenly I will be having data step and the procedure step with me. So every time I will have to start with the keyword data for the data step and proc for the procedure step. And you will have to understand and remember here is that, so data step is used to create a table or manipulate your table, or manage and prepare your table. And procedure step, you will be using it to create any reports or whatever you want to do, the final reporting and the result part you want to do it, you will do it with the procedure step. So why we are creating the table here? For example, we have the class information, we have the cars information. So these are all the original files which is there here. So can you make any changes to the original file? No, you cannot touch your original file, because it is an original file. I don't want to I don't want to change it directly in the original file. Rather, we are going to make a copy of that original file here with the help of the data step. Okay, with the help of the data step, we are going to make a copy of it. We are going to create a new table. Same kind of information will be there in the copy what we are making. And then we are going to do the managing part or preparation part, and then we are going to report it. Okay, so this is the editor window where you're going to edit the code, which will most of the time be having the statements and the steps in the SAS programming. Okay, steps and the statements in the SAS programming. So as I was explaining you during the theoretical part. And then we have a log window. So let's say, for example, I am just running these, selecting this one, and I'm running the code. And can you see the table work one cannot be opened because it does not contain any columns? Okay, let me just close this one. And if you see, there are lots of errors which is being given here. Okay, which means that I have written only the keywords here, but I didn't give any other details there. Okay, just the keyword and the run I have written. I haven't given any details, which means, like, if you see, there is telling an error, like expecting the name of the procedure to be executed. So during the anatomy of the SAS, when I was showing you here what we should write after proc, I will always have to give the proc name, right? I will always have to give the proc name. Okay, during the anatomy of SAS, which will I will always have to give the PROC name where this particular what is the particular procedure name which we are trying to do. So that PROC name is not there in this particular program or a code. So that is what in the log window it is telling this, expecting the name of the procedure to be executed. Okay, so the log window. So after Explorer window, you saw the editor window, and then you have the log window, which will give you the mistake or the place where you have made any kind of an error there. It will give the message, SAS messages, what and all is happening. You have made an error, it is going to give you the SAS message. And then you have the notes also. So what does the note says? This particular data set, what I am trying to create is not having, it's just having one observation and zero variables in it. Or the data statement is used, this process time, what is a real time process, what is this user CPU time, all the information it will give in the log window. And then you have the result window for all the program what you're writing here in the editor window. You will get the output or the result in the result window over here. So okay, so this is the basic introduction about the interface which I had told you now. And now we have this data step. So this data step is there. So let's say I have the library. In this library, the name of my library, what I'm going to take the files is from the SAS help library. So if you see this SAS help library, the SAS help library has a number of files. So when we are telling with the data keyword, data and what is the name of the copy what you want to make, and then you're going to give which copy you want to make. So I want to make the copy of set SAS help dot class. I want to make the copy of set SAS help dot class copy. So if you see here, this is a class file. Okay, I will just open this class file. So this is a class file which is opened here. So what it is having, it is having 19 rows and 5 observation in it. Okay, 19 rows and 5 observation. As I was trying to tell you yesterday, rows is nothing but, now rows is nothing but we call it as a observation, and columns is nothing but it is the variables. Okay, columns are called as variables, rows are called as observations in SAS. So 19 observations and 5 variables are there in the SAS help dot class. So if I say I selected this class file, can you see the name how it has come? It has come as SAS help dot class, which means from the SAS help library it has taken the class file. So in the same way, you are going to give the name also. When you're instructing the SAS, you should give the library which you are using from the file from. So from the SAS help library, take the class file and then run. So now if I run this particular step, I will get a table of my work.1. So if you see, 1 is the name of the table which I have given here, and I have got work.1, which means the user, you are created this particular file. From the SAS help, you have read that file and you have created this work.1 file here, and this is the output. The same 19 rows and 5 columns are there in this particular table also. So you have made a copy of the file which is there in the library here. Okay, you have made a copy of the file which is there in the library, and then you are going to work with this one file. Okay, and then you're going to work with this one file. So this is the data step. So now I want to print that data step. So now we are going to give in a procs for the all the details. Now I want to give the report for procs for all the details. So I want all the details. Now you have seen these details, right? I want it to be a complete detail. Sometime a report must show all the detail it can give you, right? So when this is the case, like SAS provides the print procedure. So I have the print procedure, report procedure, SQL procedure. I have a number of procedure steps to generate the detailed report, and the forms procedure is also there. So now and now we are seeing this particular procedure step which is here. So now I will say that I am going to use a proc print. So the proc print procedure is a very popular reporting tool that is most of the time used by the users everywhere, and it is a simplest form. Okay, that particular proc print is nothing but it is the simplest form. So the proc print prints all the variables for all the observations in the data set for you. So let's say I am just going to write type proc print data equal to which data you're going to print. You're going to print the one data which you have created, right? You have copied that file. In the name of the table name you have given as 1. So I am printing that particular table. So I will just select it and I will run this print. So if you see in this particular proc print, I have got all the 19 observations and 5 columns in it, which is name, sex, age, height, and weight. So this is a simple print procedure which I have got all the things. And if you can understand this particular print procedure here, the name of this particular in this particular data equal to, you're going to give the name where this particular procedure you're going to do for. Okay, and in the result, if you see, you have this option which is called as 1 2 3 4 5, the observation, OBS observation you have, and you don't want this OBS observation which is here. Okay, you don't want this OBS observation which is here. Rather, you just want only the name, sex, age, height, and weight. So in that situation, what you will do, here you have one option which is called as NOOBS option, which is nothing but no observation option. So that I will be using. If you see the report now, you will not have the observation column here. Okay, you will not have the observation column. You will just have the name, sex, age, height, and weight column. Now I want to do some kind of a name for this table. So this is a student's details. Okay, this is a class details or a student details. So let's say I am going to give a title statement here. Okay, I'm going to give a title statement. Title, and I'm going to give the title as class details. Okay, so my title is class details, and now whenever we are opening a title, it will be always better to undo it also. So I will just write again a empty title so that it will not work when I give the next procedure step. So if you see, I have a class details with me. Okay, I have a class details with me. And let's say now I want to give a footnote statement as well. Okay, I want to give a footnote statement. So footnote. Okay, in the footnote statement, let's say I'm going to write the details, like for example, today's date is just like 17 23 17 3 23 2023. So this is my footnote statement. So I will run this program. Okay, so options are unquoted. I haven't given the semicolon here. So if you see the log window, it is trying to give us a kind of a warning, like the footnote statement is ambiguous due to invalid options or unquoted text. So it was like I was missing the semicolon here in the footnote, right? Maybe because of that reason. So now let me run this particular program, and the warning has gone, and I will be having the footnote, which is nothing but the date which I have given there. Okay, so the log will tell you where you have done the mistake, what you will have to correct, and according to that you're going and correcting it. And if you see, the log is also telling you it has 19 observations read from the data set work.1. We have 19 observations rows, right? So that is what it is trying to give in the log window. So this is a class detail. So now let's say in this particular same class detail, you want only the name, sex, and the age, or name, age, and the height. Okay, according to the requirement, like only name, age, and height I want. I don't want rest of the columns like sex and weight column. I don't want. I just want only the name, age, and height. So during that situation, what will I do is I will just go and add a where statement here. So that where statement is going to give where name, age, and height. I just want only these three columns. Okay, I just want only these three columns, name, age, and height column. I don't want rest of the other columns. So I will just get name, age, and height column. The other columns were removed from it. So I have reported according to the requirement what they are asking me. So this is a simple PROC report procedure. Okay, so this is a simple PROC report procedure. So if in this PROC report of the PROC print which you are trying to see here, okay, PROC print which you are trying to see here, there is something like I just want to do the sum. So let's say like you want to do the sum of some variable, okay, of for example you want to calculate the sum of the age, or let us take another data set. So let me just go to this library and SAS library and go with the cars data. So if you see this cars data which is present here, so this cars data is uh, where and keep are same. No, there is a difference between where and keep. So if you see the where statement here, it will give you the required column name, age, and height. Okay, it will give you the required column name, age, and height in the result window in the same order. It will give the required window. I'm sorry for that. It will give you the required columns in the same order: name first, age second, and height third. Okay, name first, age second, and height third. So let's say for example I am giving age first, name second, and height third, and then I run this program. Okay, if you according to the order what you're giving, you will get it in the where statement. Okay, so the question what you have asked is where and the keep statement do the say where statements is mainly you are going to give the numeric columns in there. Sometimes you will give the other character column also, but the main thing with difference between where and keep statement is that it will maintain the same order of the column name what you are giving: age first, name second, and height third. So it will also maintain in the result like age first, name second, height third. But if you go to the go and take a use the keep statement, what happens with the keep statement? Let's say I am using the keep statement. Here I want my age first. So in your sashelf.class, look into the order. So how is the order in the sashelf.class? In the sashelf.class, the main original data, okay, in the original data, okay, it is not a class file, this is a cars file. Let me just open the class file. So you go to the class file, and if you see the class file, what is the order of the column names? Name, sex, age, height, weight. Now I am going to use the keep statement so that, okay, I'm going to use the keep statement so that I will write the height first, age second, and sex third. Okay, height, age, and sex. That way I will write a program. So let's say I am going to create another table name, which is class, and then I'm going to use a keep statement. Okay, keep, I will just write height, name, and or any other thing, then I will write weight. Okay, height, name, and weight, and then semicolon and run. So now I will just use a proc print for this. Proc print data equal to class file. And if I go with the run statement, selected, and if I run this one, you can see I have name, height, and weight. Can you see the order? Height, name, and weight is what I have asked for. But the order, it will keep the variables what you are asking. It will keep the variables what you are asking, but the order will not be maintained. Name, height, and weight. Okay, but the same here you have in the keep statement, you have given us height, weight, and name. So that is the main difference between the where statement and the keep statement. Okay, so this is about the keep statement. Now let me just go with the next part, which reporting part, which we wanted to do. Let's say that I can use the PROC SQL also for reporting. Okay, I can use the PROC SQL for reporting. So the PROC SQL procedure is also known as the structured query language. Okay, and it is a very popular reporting tool among many of the database users. Like they have SAS databases, their Oracle database, IBM databases are there. So it is very popular among the SAS databases users. So in the simplest form, the PROC SQL will print all the variables of the column for all the observations in the data set which you are asking for. So that is a simple PROC SQL. So how is that PROC SQL is being used? Like if we see it is the same way as our PROC print. Like as we had seen in the PROC print right now, the SAS system writes a default title line at the top of each of the report, like automatically there. So if we will try to see this particular PROC SQL. So PROC SQL, here whenever you're using SQL, you will be using not a run statement, rather a quit statement. Okay, run is the end there, rather you will use the quit statement for the PROC SQL. So now you are just, instead of writing so many codes or so many lines of code, you can just finish it in a simple code telling that select all the columns, which means you will just say select all. This asterisk symbol tells us select all. Okay, so select all the columns from SAS help. Okay, SAS help.class file. Select all the columns from SAS help.class and then quit. So it is a simple one line, right? If I just execute it, it will give you the same result here. Name, sex, age, weight, height, and weight. And here you will not have the kind of an observation row here. Okay, in our PROC print, you will get the observation row, right? We use no OBS to remove that observation. And whenever you go with SQL, you will not have that observation column at all when you're using the PROC SQL. So in this particular, for example, here you want only the respective columns like age, name, and height. Okay, you want only age, name, and height. Then you will remove this asterisk, and instead of asterisk, you're going to say age, name, height. Okay, I want only the age, name, and height column from the SAS help table, class table. Okay, so then if I run, I will get only the name and height. Sorry, age, name, and height. I will just get only the age, name, and height from the SAS help table. So this is a simple PROC SQL. So let's say you want to filter any observations over here. You just want to filter only the female. Now let me just add a sex column also. Okay, let me just add a sex column also in the class detail, and then I want to filter only the female student. So what will I do? I will just say select age, name, and height from sasself.class where sex is equal to female. Done. So if I execute this, I will get a report of only the female students. Okay, I will get the report of only the female students. So if you see, a bit of few changes will be there when we are applying the SAS SQL language using the SAS enhancements over here. So that is like in a single line, I have completed the n number of codes which we are writing step by step in our data step and the procedure step together in a single PROC SQL procedure. So this is also one of the reporting part where we can use it. So in where we have the where statement, we can also sort the information. I have order by. Here we, instead of statement, we call it as a clause, where clause, order clause, having clause, group by clause. There are lots of clauses which we can use it and do the reporting part. Okay, so this is about the PROC SQL. And then we are going to see some other kind of a different procedure form that is called as PROC forms. So PROC forms is also one of the procedure. Okay, PROC forms is also one of the procedure. So let's say PROC forms data equal to SAS help dot class. Okay, SAS help dot class, and then I am going to write in the PROC forms. Okay, in the PROC forms you have, okay, what is this PROC forms first? Let's say that PROC forms is a kind of a procedure where it will provide a kind of a printing label and information form. Okay, printing your label and the information form together. Like generally the forms procedures is used when the information of a repetitive nature, like the mailing labels or anything is there like that, then you will be using this. So in a simplest form, this PROC forms print just the information you specify using one or more line statements. So in this you have the line statement. Okay, so if I say in my line number 1, I should have the name column. Okay, in line number 2, okay, in line number 2, I want the age column. And in line number 3, let's say I want another column name. Let's say I have sex column there. Okay, in the line number 3, I want sex column, and then run. Okay, and then if I just give the run statement, it will do the running, and we will see how the report looks. So this is how the report looks. In line number 1, you have the name column. In line number 2, you have the age column, and line number 3, you have the sex column. Okay, line number 3, you have the sex column information. So this is how the PROC forms, according to which form you want. So there are lots of options which is there when you are using the PROC forms reporting. Like you have different options like data equal to, which will give you the input data set, or you can use the file equal to option, or width equal to option, or across equal to option. So let's say I have across equal to option, which will, it is a kind of a number of form units across the page you wanted. For example, if you see the results here, it is like it is given in a kind of a 2 pages. Now I want to put it in a single page. Let's say I am just going to write here across equal to, okay, across equal to 2. So what will this particular across equal to 2 try to do? How will the report appear? If you see the report, you will try to understand it. So you will get it side next to it each other, so that it will hold in a single page itself all the details, rather than going to the next page. Okay, side by side you will get the report of. So this is the forms detail. Okay, and then we have the different other reporting procedures. Like we have the PROC chart procedure, and in the PROC chart procedure we can do vertical bar, we can do the horizontal bar. Okay, those all comes under the summarizing. Okay, those all comes under the summarizing of the data. So summarizing data, summary reports, we say it as, right, summary reports. So in the summary reports you will for example, like detailed reports are sometimes great in many situations, but sometimes some of the information that is make understanding their contents nearly very impossible for you for us sometimes. So during that situation we also need the summary reports, which may be which is in a proper order for you. So for example, we have a PROC chart here. So this PROC chart procedure, let's say I'm going to write a PROC chart. Okay, this PROC chart procedure step, wherein I'm going to use data equal to sanshelp.class, and I want a vertical bar. Okay, I want a V bar, vertical bar for the age column. Okay, I want a vertical bar for the age column, and then semicolon and run. So let's see how my report looks for this one. And if I run this V bar, so you can see vertical bar representation. I have got it along with the graphical representation of vertical bar. I have also got the points also, age points also here, PROC G chart. So this PROC G chart, it's like suppose you want to display the same student group here, which is there here, which is there in the vertical bar information. You want to put it in a horizontal bar information. Okay, the statistics level, horizontal bar. You can just change it to, instead of V bar, I just put it as H bar. Vertical bar I don't want, I want a horizontal bar. And if I execute it, I will get a horizontal bar. In this horizontal bar here, if you see, I will also be getting the frequency. I will also be getting the percentage, cumulative frequency, all the details of this particular age values I will be getting here. So this is the chart, summary chart value, summary chart information. And then we have the other different summary procedures, like a basic summary procedures, which is known by many people and used most of the time. That is PROC means procedure, right? PROC means data equal to which data you are going to work with. Let's say you're going to work with the same SAS help dot class data only. Okay, let's say you're going to work with the class data, and then you are going to use the where statement. And in the proc means you are using the numeric column as a taking the numeric column as a age, and then I will do the run statement, give the run statement. So if you see here, in the numeric column, I have given in the where statement and I am running this. So I have got for the age, I have got the numbers of 19 different age values are there, and the mean value is this much, 13.315. Standard deviation minimum and maximum. Defaultly, I will be getting this many. Now I want to do a two-way or a cross tabulation to check with check this age column, that is a numeric observation age, with the character column, classify it with the character column. So I will be using the class details, sex. So for the age and the sex, for in the sex of male and female, what is the age mean variable? So I want to compare a cross tabulation way. So now if you see in the sex of female, I have 9 observation, and the mean value for the female age value, mean value is 13.22, and in the male, I have the age value as 13.400. Okay, so this is a mean for a female and the male character column I have used. So the in the class statement, you will be using the character column there. And this is a cross tabulation way of giving the using the proc means. And let's say I have the same table wherein I have proc freq. Okay, proc frequency. It's FREQ. Okay, proc frequency. In proc frequency, I will not use a where statement. Rather, I want to find out the frequency for the table of the age group. Okay, and here there will be no classification. Rather, we will see another new one. So first you see only the age. For the age 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, all the 5 frequencies are there. With these are the frequencies of the age values over there. And then next part is next kind of a frequency where we are going to see is here. I am just going to give asterisk symbol, and then I'm going to use a sex here. And now you see the cross tabulation of the report, how it looks. It gives you the cross tabulation of age, sex, 12, 13, 14, and these are all the for age and the sex together. A cross tabulation frequency, percentage, row percentage, and column percentage, you will be getting it here. Okay, so this is another kind of a report. And one more final report, which I'm going to show you is a kind of a detailed report where you will be getting it with PROC univariate. Okay, a PROC univariate report, you can get it. So let's say data equal to SAS help.class. And then if I just go with a simple run statement, and if I execute it, if you see for the whole SAS help.class, you will get a complete univariate report. In detailed report you will be getting for that particular. Let's say you want only for the age, for each variable you will be getting what is the mean, standard deviation, what is the skewness, what is corrected, uncorrected SS coefficient, some variance, what is the kurtosis value, what is the corrected SS value, standard mean error value you have got. If you see the basic statistical measures like location, variability, mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance, range, interquartile range, so these all things will be there. And then if you go below, you will also get what is the student's T, signed rank information. Okay, student's T's information, signed rank information. All this also you will be getting it in this particular test statistics results. You will be getting in this particular univariate results. And the quantiles detail. So the quantiles details you will be getting level, quantile, 100% max, 99%, 95%. All these things you will be getting with the quantiles level. So quantiles interquartile range is very important when few people are dealing with complete statistics. So you will get it with the univariate. And then the extreme observations, like the lowest observation and the highest observation, you will be getting it with the univariate results. For each of the column, you will get the same kind of an understanding with the univariate analysis of the reporting. Okay, so this is all for the practical part which I wanted to show you all with the SAS help SAS Studio interface. So now if there is any doubts, you can ask me.